Hi everyone, it's Bethany. In this video, I'm working on creating a little Valentine's Day banner out of these little felt cutout hearts that I purchased from Michael's. They're so cute. They actually come in 3 colors in the variety pack. One is a deep purple as well, but I really liked the red and the light pink. I'm also going to be attaching them with this twine. I purchased this at Christmas time from Michael's as well. And then I'm going to be using some scrap HTV or iron-on, and we'll also be using the Cricut Joy and the Easypress Mini. So banners are a really good time to use any scrap iron-on that you have. It's always a nice way to really use those smaller pieces that you have lying around, so be sure to always save those. Alright everyone, let's hop into Design Space, get the little letters designed and cut out, and then we'll apply them to our little felt banner.
Okay, so in Design Space, I'm going to be using this really pretty font called Love Struck. I actually got this on design bundles, and it was, or it might have been font bundles, but it was a free download at the time. I'm not sure if it still is, especially if you're watching this months or years in the future. I'm not sure if it still is, but I will try to link it down below in the description box. But it's so cute. It's very cute for Valentine's Day. So I'm going to go ahead. I already have this sized. I'm going to have my letters about 2 inches by 2 inches. So I think that will be perfect for my little banner. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this a white color because I'm cutting it out of white HTV. That really doesn't matter, but I just like to color code my things. Then I'm going to go ahead and ungroup them, and then I'm going to choose my largest letter and just make sure that that is within the size restriction that I would like. Okay, and I'm mainly just making sure that the longest side is still going to fit on my banner. I also want to ungroup them because then it uses less HTV, and because I'm going to be placing these on separate pieces anyway, and we'll be splitting them apart with scissors to place them on separate pieces, it doesn't matter that they're grouped together, so I personally just ungroup them. I'm going to go ahead and use my Cricut Joy, and I will say Make It. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say that I'm going to use on a mat because I'm going to use my scrap material, and I'm just using regular scrap iron-on. I'm going to say done. See how it now that it's ungrouped, it just places these letters anywhere on the mat, and then it uses less material. So I am using just about 4.5 inches by 6 inches, which is barely anything, which is really, really great when you have some scraps left over. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to make sure I turn mirror on because I'm working with iron-on. What I do like to do though is I like to make sure that I pull these apart just a little bit, just so I have a little bit of grace for cutting in between, and then I will say continue. Then it's going to locate my Joy via Bluetooth so I can make my material selection. I'll go ahead and browse material, say everyday iron-on, and say done. Then I'm going to look up my heat settings really quick before I load my machine. Over on my heat guide, I'm going to use my Easypress Mini. Then I'm going to select everyday iron-on for my material, and then for my base material I am going to say felt, and then I will say apply. It's going to tell me I'm going to use a low temperature for 30 seconds using constant movement and light pressure, and then I'll do a warm peel on this.
Okay, I went ahead and edited my mat to use my longer mat because my scrap material is long and skinny, so I needed to drag one of my letters down to be able to fit on the material that I have in front of me. So when working with iron-on or HTV, you want to do the shiny side down on the mat, and again, you want to make sure that you have mirrored your design in Design Space. Okay, now we can go ahead and load our mat and get it cutting. Okay, before I start, I'm going to go ahead and just preheat my Easypress Mini to that little 1 wavy mark, which is the low, and that will turn green and give a chime when it is preheated. And then I'm going to, with the shiny side still face down, I'm going to begin weeding out my material. Now, I like to weed everything out before cutting between the lines because after I weed everything out, I can then see a really nice contrast where I need to place my cut, and then I don't risk accidentally cutting one of my letters. So for me, that is just a lot easier and safer so I don't accidentally ruin my material. So now with this font, there is little inside pieces that will be weeded out. So I'm going to go through, there's cute little hearts and cute little dash lines, but I'm going to make sure I get everything all weeded out inside. So cute. Okay, so there's the little chime that you'll hear when the mini Easypress is all preheated. And it takes 0 time at all to preheat to low. So let me know if you guys have started decorating for Valentine's Day or if it's a holiday that you like to decorate for. We actually really enjoy decorating for Valentine's Day. We don't do a ton, but it's nice every year to kind of do some fun crafts to bring some new decor around the house. So I think it'll be a really fun year. Plus, it's a holiday that's full of lots of pink, so you know I can't resist that. Okay, so these are all weeded out, and now you can really see in between all the letters, so that's when I like to make my cuts to trim my letters apart, because then I can really make sure that I know where I'm cutting. So I'm just going to trim these apart, and then I am going to do a little pink and red pattern. Again, this little pack did come with a deep purple as well, so you could use that as well, but I really liked the pink and red combination. Okay, so we have them all ready to go. Now we'll bring our little felt pieces in, and we will start with the B in B Mine. So let's just do 2 at a time as to not get overwhelmed with all these little pieces, and we'll set these to the side. But what I'm going to do really quickly is I am going to, snag that on there, preheat my material for about 5 seconds just to make sure there's no moisture in the material and it's all ready to go. So that is just about right. Really just focusing on the area where I'll be placing my iron on. Okay. So now I will make sure I have my directions. I like to keep the heat guide up on my screen no matter how many times I've done this, just to make sure I remember if it's warm peel, cold peel, or how long to press it for. But this has a sticky back to it, I think. Well, it's losing its stick, kind of. So I'll be careful there. I'm going to place my letters where I'd like them. These are really cute. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my Easypress Mini and I will do 30 seconds and constant movement with light pressure. Again, I have my Easypress mat right underneath as well, because that helps to put the heat and bring it back up into the project as well to really heat up the design and get it really stuck down there. Okay, that was 30 seconds for that. So I'm just going to move on to my next and do 30 seconds as well. Okay, so now that is a warm peel. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab a corner and just make sure to monitor everything to make sure it's laying down and peel it up. Now if it isn't laying down, you would just place this little piece right back over and then give it some additional heat. But that did the trick, and that one's done. This one's still a little hot, so I don't want to peel just yet. So I'll let that cool for just a moment while I get the rest of my little pieces all ready to go here. Again, making sure to preheat the material for about 5 seconds before laying that little piece of iron on down. Sometimes that's easy to forget to do, so that's why I like to keep my directions in front of me to make sure I remember all the steps. Okay, so I'll peel this little piece up. Perfect. So I'll set these 2 to the side and get the rest of the pieces up. They've all been preheated. So now I can just place my little iron-on pieces down. And I like to get everything ready so once my Easypress is in my hands, I can just bop from one to the next really, really quickly. And it makes quick work out of the craft. Okay, and again, 30 seconds with light pressure. Okay, so just slowly peeling off the little sheets, making sure everything has successfully laid down on the felt. Okay, so now I'm just picking one of the little holes to feed my twine through, and it's all finished. So you can do yours through one big banner. You can just use one piece of twine and do all of your letters on once, but I wanted to kind of have a double banner for mine, so I went ahead and strung the first word on a separate string than the second word, just so I can layer it, but you can do however you wish. All right, everyone, that's how it turned out. I thought that was so quick, so easy, and again, a wonderful way to use your little scrap pieces. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Please be sure to give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment and let me know if you're decorating for Valentine's as well, and I'll see you in the next video.